Hello students, now going on with the English workshop. Going to page number 72. You will see on the board I have prepared the first exercise activity 1 for you all. Okay, just see to it. Now with the help of the clues, pick out words containing the letter A from the poem and build a word pyramid. Okay, first an article A, a preposition N, A-N-N, past tense of lie, lay, L-A-Y, lay, maximum length of your open palm, span, S-P-A-N, span, make much of, adore, A-D-O-R-E, adore. Then loveliness is beauty. Loveliness, beauty. In place of, instead. I-N-S-T-E-A-D, instead. A collection of priceless valuables, treasure. The last one, restlessness or discontent, weariness. Now you will get all these words in your poem. Now going to the next exercise, next activity, choose the correct alternative from the following. Herbert's poem The Pulley displays dash as two main themes. So the first answer is 1. Origin of morality or spirituality. I repeat, Herbert's poem The Pulley displays dash as the two main themes, origin of morality or spirituality. Next one, the B, the theme of the poem The Pulley is. Now find two correct statements from the given alternatives. So two correct statements is the second one and the fourth one. To teach a lesson to a creation, that is man, by the creator God. And the fourth one, to remind man about his creator in his exhaustion. Okay, so here there are two answers, the second one and the fourth one. In the poem, the pulley is considered an image by which God compels people to become devout. That is the fourth one. In the poem, the pulley is considered an image by which God compels people to become devout. Now the D1, dash is an example of pun from the poem. That is the first one, rest in the bottom, lay. Rest in the bottom, lay. Next one, fifth one, dash is an example of paradox from the poem. That is, let him be rich and weary. F1, dash is an example of synecdoche from the poem. May toss him to my breast. Now, the G1, dash is an example of alliteration from the poem. Repining restlessness. H1, dash is an example of inversion from the poem. So both should losers be. Next one, the rhyme scheme of the poem is the fourth one, A-B-A-B-A. A-B-A-B-A. Now going to activity 3. Discuss and answer in your own words and write in your notebook. Students, I'll just give you all a clue. You all can frame the sentences. The poet has used the word rest twice in the poem. Write what the word implies in each of the 3 lines it occurs. It occurs peace and contentment. P-E-A-C-E and contentment, or peace and happiness. What does God want in return from man for the gifts he has bestowed upon him? God wants appreciation and worship. God wants that man should appreciate and worship him. Why did God withhold the gift of rest from man? Otherwise, what would happen? Man would become greedy and man would forget God. Now the D1. Besides those given in the poem, what other gifts has God blessed man with above in his creations? Yes, so God has given man a good family. Yes, then God has given man happiness. God has given man satisfaction. God has given man a good friends. Okay, so all this you can list them. Now the E1. When does man generally turn to God? Give one example to support. Yes, so man generally turns to God in difficulties or when man wants something that he needs. Now fourth one, activity 4A. Discuss with your group and justify the title of the poem Puli in your own words. Yes. Now I will give you the answer. Please write it. It's a scientific representation put in spiritual terms where the pulley picks man towards God in his time of difficulties. Now B1. Pick out 3 lines that contain monologues of God. Monologues means where God is speaking. Okay. Now 3 lines you can write. The third line, let us pour on him all we can. Yes, let us pour on him all we can. Or you can write also the fourth line, let the world's riches which disperse lie contract into a span. Then you can write the 11th line and 12th line. For if I should, said he, bestow this jewel on my creature. Yes, so it is a monologue where God is speaking. Now, fifth, activity 5. Pick out 2 lines that contain the following figures of speech. First one, antithesis. You can write the 4th line and 5th line. The 4th and 5th line and the 16th and 17th line. Yes, students. Alliteration, the first line and the 17th line, because 2 examples you have to give. Inversion, the 10th line and the 15th line. Now explain the figures of speech in the following lines. Rest in the bottom lay, pun. Now why is it pun? Because rest is one word having 2 different meanings. Yes, that is, one meaning is rest means the remaining, and the second meaning is to relax. Bestow this jewel also on my creature, metaphor. Now why it is metaphor? Because rest is compared indirectly to a jewel. Rest is compared indirectly to a jewel. Now the C1. Rest in nature and not the God of nature. Repetition, because the word nature is repeated twice for poetic effect. Now students, pencils in your hand, very soon will do the figures of speech. So just write the figures of speech near the lines of the poem. When God at first made man, it is alliteration. Having a glass of blessing standing by. So it is a metaphor. Glass of blessings is compared to God's gifts. Indirectly compared to God's gifts. Let us, said he, pour on him all we can. So it is inversion. He said, let us pour on him all we can. Let the world's riches which disperse lie contract into a span. Yes, so this is antithesis. The 4th and the 5th line. Antithesis. Yes, dispersed and contract. So strength first made way. It is personification. Strength is given human quality of making a way. Then beauty flowed and wisdom on a pleasure. It can be climax because words are placed in certain order. When almost all was out, God made us stay, perceiving that alone of all his treasures rest in the bottom lay. Pun. Rest in the bottom lay. Pun. For if I should, said he, inversion, bestowed this jewel also on my creature, he would adore my gifts instead of me. So here you can write his tautology, my and me, two different words for same meaning. And rest in nature, not a god of nature, repetition. So both should losers be, is inversion. Yet let him keep the rest, but keep them with reclining restlessness, alliteration. Let him be rich and weary. It is paradox. Paradox means opposite statements. If goodness leads him not, yet weariness may toss him to my breast, is synecdoche. Okay, students?